Hi persons, welcome to my channel. This is Sabina. If you've not subscribed, please do because it's free. So today I'm going to talk about something basic I discovered when I was searching for products for acne. I discovered beta hydroxyacid, which I've mentioned as the salicylic acid, as in exfoliating product, or what we call chemical exfoliation, is the equivalent of our facial scrub, right? So the facial scrubs that we have around, they do well to clear our skin, but these types of exfoliating products go deeper into the skin to exfoliate the dead skin cells. So when you hear beta hydroxyacids, alpha hydroxyacids, those are the products that exfoliate the skin and they help to remove the dead skin cells. So that is just it. So the equivalent is the facial scrub, right? And I mentioned this because after you cleanse your skin, you need to hydrate your skin, and water is not enough. So I discovered that I needed hyaluronic acid. So aside the alpha hydroxy acids, AHA, and the salicylic acids, the BHA, I realized that after scrubbing my face, one serum that I can use is the hyaluronic acid. Now, as soon as I saw the name, I was like, okay, I know higher has to do with something like water. And true to that, the product is something that helps to hydrate. So hyaluronic acid, for short, HA. So when you hear HA in the skincare world, it's usually the hyaluronic acid. So the HA is what helps to hydrate the skin. Now, the difficulty was for me to choose one that would be good for me. I'd never used one. I didn't know what to look out for, texture, smell, nothing. But I relied on a couple of reviews and I decided to buy the Biovene Barcelona Youth Elixir HA, the hyaluronic serum. And this basically says perfecting the skin, loved for intense hydration, firm and plump skin. I would say that I was quite intrigued because this was the first time I was going to use a serum on my face. So the ingredient, I realized that it had water as the first one, and then another ingredient, and then the hyaluronic acid, and then glycerin. And immediately I realized that, okay, this is a humectant. Yeah. So humectant is something that draws moisture into your hair. And I was like, okay, so it's going to draw moisture into the skin, right? That's just what it does. But the fascinating thing I found about it is that, let me just read this one to you. It says that it replenishes the moisture, and 1 gram of the HA can hold up to 6 liters of water. 6 liters. Can you imagine? 6 liters, like the Coke bottle, the 1 liter, 6. Just 1 gram, 1 of this hyaluronic acid can hold up to 6 liters of water. So you just keep on pouring in the water, right? That was exciting. So it's like when you put it on your skin, that is how much moisture the hyaluronic acid will hold in your skin. And the other advantage is that it's able to balance the moisture content so your skin is not overly hydrated, which can also break down your skin barrier. So that is the work of the HA, and I was quite excited. And I was like, okay, let me try this. So I was quite excited, but I was also quite scared because I didn't know how my skin will react to it. I knew nothing about serum, so this was the first thing I did, and this was like the safe route to take. So the problem was, how was I going to use it? And this was very clear. It says that, let me just say what the content says on the package. It says that it's a natural structural component of skin and is present in connective tissue throughout the human body, making it a major component of skin tissue. And there are many reasons why the HA acid skin serum might work for you. First, it works along with your skin's natural ability to remain hydrated, and this creates long-lasting hydration at a natural level. It uses a combination of antioxidant-rich nutrients to produce this type of result. So antioxidants are natural components that work to flush the skin cells and remove free radicals And this process helps to hydrate the skin, allowing nutrient-rich oxygen to enter. So I saw this on Paula's Choice website that yes, it helps because it's also an antioxidant and it's good for oily and combination skin. And let me just chip in, I've been using the ordinary vitamin C 23% suspension 23% plus HA spheres, right, as my antioxidant. So I was quite excited. Let me get into it. So that's what it says, and the direction says that the HA facial serum works as a delivery system for the ingredients. And what you do is that you wash your face with a clean cloth, a mouth cleanser, and warm water. Leave the skin damp. Apply the serum to your face and neck with your fingertips. Gently massage the serum into the skin. Wait 5 minutes or until it's dry. Then you apply your normal moisturizer, preferably one that contains a sunscreen. So I'll insert a video of me doing my process and everything. In my skincare routine, you see there. So that is what I do. I cleanse my face with my facial wash, and then I use my toner. Then I spray my facial mist, and I follow it up with the hyaluronic acid. Just put it on the damp skin and just massage into my skin and allow it to dry. Then I follow up with my vitamin C serum in the night. But if it's daytime, I just fill up with my moisturizer or oil and then sunscreen. So now that I've said what it's supposed to do, let me talk about the consistency. It is very thick. Okay, it's very thick, like snails, slime, very thick. See them? And because of that, I was quite excited to use it because I realized I wasn't going to run out quickly. Now, what even makes this a good product for me is when I saw that it can be used in combination with a vitamin C serum from the same brand. I was like, wow. So yeah, I tested that with my vitamin C serum from The Ordinary, and my skin felt amazing the next morning because I used that serum in the night. My skin was so amazing. I was like, yay! I was quite excited. So that was the first thing I noticed. And even though I'm almost out of it, I know I'll definitely have another one in my stash as a standby HA product. No matter what I'll be trying, I'll have this. So like the others don't go well, I can fall on this. So that was the first thing, that it works with vitamin C serum. The second thing is, because it's slimy, once you apply it, it's easy to just spread it over the face. You have to use very little. If you use too much, your face will feel sticky or tacky. So I use very, very little, probably like a drop here, there, and I'm done. Just a drop, or even little, just as little as possible, and I'm done. So that is it for the application and the texture. Smell, no smell. I couldn't smell anything. It reminds me of lemon kind of smell. It's not something strong. Right. So let's talk about effectiveness. I've already said that it smells like wine. It's very sweet smelling, but it's not something you can count on to stay on your face for a long time. It's like it dissipates in seconds, right? Okay, let me get to what I feel. I haven't used an HA serum before, but this got me hooked to HA serums. And as I got to know more about serums, I was really hyped. I was super elated to have purchased this as my HA, because some of the reviews I saw with other brands were like, okay. So this for me is always going to be my baby in my stash, unless I find another one more hydrating. This is going to be one of my go-to HA serums. That is one. Number two, hydration. When I use it, I feel like I have poured a lot of water on my face, and it stays that way throughout the day. I used to feel so dry. My face used to feel so dry, like tired, right? You could see that I was exhausted. You could see my skin was so tired. Like, that's how I can describe it. As at this moment, I'm able to walk in the sun, I'm able to do so many things, my skin still feels and looks fresh. Now, this look is just what I'm talking about. Like, I just took my bath or something, but it's been almost the whole day and my skin still looks hydrated. That is what I'm talking about. So, I think that if you have oily skin, and you keep it hydrated, you are definitely going to reduce the rate at which you get the breakout. And I saw one YouTuber who was like, she used to use a lot of acne products and it wasn't helping, but as soon as she focused on hydration, her pimples or acne just went down. And this is what I think everyone will need. If you're a lady in Ghana, you need an HA serum. If you don't want to use anything, at least an HA serum, vitamin C serum, and then a sunscreen. Yeah, because even though you cannot stop aging, these products can slow down the process. So what else could I talk about? I've had this for almost 6 months and I use it as often as possible. So for this size, for 6 months, I'm all for it. Let me talk about what they say. It says do not use an HA serum within a few hours of using salicylic acid, glycolic acid, acid or retinol, including face washes and spot treatments to avoid burning, stinging, and redness. But I have not had that issue with using this with any salicylic acid based. So if you are looking for an HA product, I would definitely say start with the Biovene one. Now, as I was saying, it's not supposed to be used, but I do use it after my cleanses. I haven't had any burning whatsoever, and I also feel like sometimes these are just to protect the company from any lawsuits. So if you use it contrary to that, then you might have a problem with them. So even though it says use within a few hours of using the salicylic or glycolic acid or retinol, I just use it after washing my face and then I'm off with my product. As I said, I haven't used any salicylic acid serum. I haven't used any glycolic toning serums. I'll be using them, and I do know that people use HA after all these serums, so I'm not going to be worried about that. Okay, so before I go, let me talk about those acids. Retinol is basically known to be an anti-aging, anti-wrinkle ingredient that you usually find in products like that for anti-aging, for wrinkles. And what it does is to speed up the skin cells turnover and reuse your skin, right? Then the glycolic acid, lactic acid, citric acid, like the one we find in orange and others, are classified as the alpha hydroxy acids. And salicylic acid, which a lot of you would probably know because you find them in cleansers and in toners, is the beta hydroxy acid. And the purpose is just to act like your facial scrub, but it's more intensive. It's able to really get into the skin, unlike the facial scrubs that we know that just do the surface exfoliating. These scrubs and coats go into the skin to do the exfoliating. So when you hear these terms, that's just the use, right? Okay. So that being said, if you've not subscribed, please do, and stay tuned for more videos. I'll have more videos coming up.